Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube channel, True Divine 44. You can also get me on my Facebook page, True Divine 44. You can get me on the True Divine for both Instagram and Twitter. So I'm sorry I didn't get a reading out yesterday. I'm still feeling a bit poorly. Just a little bug came on really quick. I'm hoping it goes really quick. It feels like it is, but I didn't want to miss another day. So this is for the 2nd of October 2020. Can't believe we're in October. You know, difficult month, but we're here and we're doing it, and we're processing ourselves through it, so it's all okay. So this is part of what I do. I put out daily energy readings to help with, I work with energy, I work with tarot. I combine the two to bring something to you to help you recognize the energies within you, recognize the energies within others, and recognize the energies around you, and make the most of each day if you possibly can. It is general, so take what resonates with you and leave what does not. It may not apply to everybody, it can't all of the time, but there's still energies within them that you can usually use, because it might apply to the people around you or the energy around you. So for the 2nd of October 2020, we've got 3 major arcana. So it's heavy, big. This is the Star card. This is healing, hope. She's creating a circuit here. She's got 1 foot in the water. She's got 1 knee and 1 foot on the ground. She has her back showing to bare. She's naked to this star here. The Pleiades, the 7 stars, the 7 wombs. She goes through these wombs to grow, to heal, to process pain. The Star card is a true warrior in that she's not afraid to face the things that need healing. She's not afraid to have hope, even in the darkest moments. That's what gives her the most strength, because she can do that. And so this is the energy that you're being asked to take on board. This is the energy that the universe is asking you to grasp onto, and the more people that do, the more that energy grows. So the more people that do this Star card and stop being afraid of their scars, of their abuses, of the things that have hurt them in the past, childhood, a lot of things coming back from the past today that need to be looked at, that haven't been processed properly, that haven't been grounded. You see, she's working through the emotions here. She's using her body as a circuit board to ground it again and transmute that energy, to grow from it, to not be held back from it. And so the more people that take that on board today, the more people that do this work today, it automatically puts out that energy of healing, of hope. It expands it. And so it's our duty to do so. If we're wanting change, if we're sick of what is going on, then this is what we're being asked to do. Just like the few that control the many use circumstance, they create circumstance, and when circumstance happens by accident, they use it, they harness it to create more control and more fear. So we have to do the mirror opposite. We have to pick up on this and say, okay, then we're going to use these dark moments that you're putting upon us. We're going to use them to see how they reflect with us within. Any past scars, what triggers us? Why are we being triggered by this? Okay, you're giving us hints now. So you see, with that change of perspective, all of a sudden you take the power out of their hands, because you're seeing it as a game where they're showing their hand too early, they're showing the cards too early, because you can then hook into this and say, okay, then I'm going to expand this energy, I'm going to transmute this energy, and I'm going to expand this out. So you're giving me darkness, I'm going to expand out light, because I don't mind being in that darkness, because it helps me reflect on things that I obviously need to heal from. We've all got things that we need to transition through, transmute through, and this is why we're being put in this position. You know, we made this position just as well as the few made this position. We helped get us here. So it's up to us to pick up on the energies that are around us, that are asking us to use them to chisel ourselves, to mold ourselves into something stronger, into something new, to ascend. And that's what this card is asking. So the Page of Cups clarifies this, but it's in reverse. And so it is a lot of childhood wounds. It feels like a lot of children, even adults, the spirit is like a child, a bit broken, upset. very triggered, concentrating on the trivial because you're trying to avoid the meaningful, the things that you really don't want to face because you know they're uncomfortable. It's frightening, so you would rather fight about masks maybe, or something that really isn't going to serve you. You're not going to manage to change it. Whereas if you can harness this energy and use it for you, within you, you do change not only your perspective, not only your level of wholeness, but then you emit that to other people to pick up on. The more people that are emitting that, the easier it is for others that are struggling a bit more to pick up on this energy and use it for all that it's worth. So keep an eye on that. If you have children, keep an eye on the energies today, making them a bit triggered, making them feel they're picking up on things changing, they're picking up on adults being nervous, they're picking up on things that are uncomfortable. They pick up on energy better than us most of the time. So any behavioral issues today, you know, try and if you can, explain to them. Go outside with no shoes on if possible, you know, to let them ground themselves. Maybe do as much physical activity as you can with them today to stop them from getting into this triggered moment, just to keep that active, keep that mind going, keep that mind in the background, keep that imagination in the forefront where they can play and expel these energies that are uncomfortable for them through play, through imagination, through things. If they've got older children, be honest with them. Be honest about us being electromagnetic beings. Be honest that that's where we pick up on these energies. Be honest that if they're spending a lot of time on the computers, they're deliberately being hacked into right now to be triggered. You know, honesty is the best policy, obviously always age appropriate, but kids are so intelligent and clever when you give them the chance to be. So, you know, just be aware that, you know, they might butt heads with you. They might be a bit extra awkward today. It's more about them picking up on the energies than them having a day. And so, and create that healing here. Explain to them, start early with them. Don't have them in the same position as many adults are today, never knowing about how to do this star card energy, how to wear your scars of any wounds, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, with pride, because you've transmuted them, you've taken the lesson from them, you don't live within them, you don't let a wound get into a cavity state and fester and you know, get ugly. You know, you need to slough it out when you do that, but teach them when they're young how to be doing this so that they can harness it easily, like second nature. Straight away you'll have this turn around into the Page of Cups upright. And so we've got the Sun card and it's in reverse. The Sun card is the Sun card, it's good. But the Sun card in reverse for me today, clarified by the Nine of Swords. You know, people are having nightmares, people are very unsettled, people are very worried, and it's all because they're so worried about facing themselves. So they're looking to the outside stage and it looks distorted, it's upside down. There's light, the sun's still rising, the birds are still in the trees, things are normal, but they're not normal. There's a cognitive dissonance with this. It's messing with people's minds. There's illusions, you know, upside down things that don't make sense. That's all gaslighting, and it's very deliberate. And the very things that they're asking us to concentrate on right now, that are bad, don't get me wrong. They want us to concentrate on that because they don't care how bad that seems, because of what's being covered up, what's being brought in to our reality while we've been in this lockdown period. It's all upside down. And that's why we're feeling this energy, this nightmare card. We're feeling bound up. So we're trying to find any way, any fight to win, when actually everything that they are asking us to get involved with, even protests, they want that. Because believe you me, what they're covering up is far worse. So again, they are getting away with that because we are allowing it. We're allowing ourselves, our thoughts to be bound up. We're allowing our sleep to be disturbed. You know, we're listening to far too many presidents, vice presidents, politicians, parliamentarians, just It's a play. It's a play. And they don't even mind being accused of what they're being accused of, because it's nothing compared to what they're covering up. So it's for you to recognize that it starts within you. There's nothing you can do right now to stop what they're doing apart from going within, apart from letting this sun emit from the inner you to release you from this Nine of Swords, from this trapped mind, this chained up mind, to turn this sun card, because the sun card in its distorted view isn't nasty at all. It's still very benevolent, but it's trying to tell you, the energy, the planet's trying to tell you that the things are distorted. The very things that you're getting wrapped up in aren't actually what you need to be worrying about. So to do this, you need to go within and release yourself from within, because then this sun card can really harness your energy. It can harness the energy that you're putting out. Because if we continue to put out the Nine of Swords energy, we're letting them get away with it. We're letting them get away with the things they're covering up. So we need to be able to release ourselves from this. It's all about the individual going within and emitting a frequency that cannot be used to distort and disfigure the reality. The next card is the Judgment card. It keeps coming up. And this is, we're going through a changing process. We're going through a changing of the guard, changing in the cycle. And there's difficulties ahead. There is. But we're here for a reason, and we're being called. There's this hum from the mother. The mother is shaking the bones in the ground, waking people up and asking you to use this darkness. Just like we said with the Star card, turn it around. Use the darkness that's being cast out to see where it triggers you in your lower realms, in your dark corners, in your dark places, so that your inner demons do get chiseled and polished into inner diamonds that only help expel more light towards your higher conscious state, that only help reflect more light around your body as you're doing your Kundalini work. There's difficulties ahead, yes, but these difficulties actually can be a gift too. And I know some people will say that's crazy, but we have fallen so far. We've fallen so far from ancestors. We've had a false history being taught, and we've allowed it to happen. And so we do need some of this difficulty, I feel, to give us hints of where we need to clear stuff out and let go of some things, leave things behind that actually is our false history. It doesn't even represent who we are. Like, don't be hooked into things just because we've been told and conditioned to do so. And that's what this energy is asking. It's, the mother energy, the divine masculine energy isn't always going to be pleasant. When I'm a mother with the kids, I'm a very loving mother, very easygoing mother. But to love them means that sometimes I have to allow them to process thoughts. Sometimes I have to be the stern parent. I'm a single parent, so I try and balance both sides. But I do have to come in hard sometimes to protect them, to teach them, to let them process those lower frequencies, so they have a foundation in that lower frequency, rather than being a cavity and a weakness that can be filled up with whatever propaganda somebody else decides to put out on a whim. It's time to take back that empowerment by whatever energy they're putting out. Don't fall for the psyop, for the tricks of getting distracted and putting your energy out, because that's finishing off their spell. They are far further along the line in treasonous acts than you can imagine. So being distracted with this Nine of Swords of the very things that they want you to be distracted with isn't going to help. But doing this inner work, hearing the call, is going to help. It emits this energy that cannot be harnessed in the way that it's being harnessed right now. It grows, just like the negativity grows. It grows. The release of those chains, it's a chain reaction. So do the work today and know you're doing something good for yourself and the collective. Now, the Eight of Swords clarifies the Judgment card. And so this is difficult. You know, this is really difficult energy. But it's really challenging energy in a way that you can really ascend through this. This is part of the separation of who can use this, who can, even the darkest spell work, the darkest chains that are binding people up, that you can turn it around and use it. There's going to be some that can, and sadly there's going to be some that can't. But we need as many as as many as we can to be the can ones. So they emit that energy. We need the numbers. Not too many more numbers, I must admit, because there's many more than comes across on social media and whatnot. They're being very careful to not allow people to see just how many similar personalities there are, and just how many similar views there are right now, rather than division. So even that is a psyop. Even that is gaslighting. So there is this separation happening. There are some people here in the call. There are some people who haven't been on a spiritual path at all, who all of a sudden are hearing this hum and are coming to their within, recognizing who they are, recognizing what's being done to them. This is attack. So turn it around. Be strategic. Be warrior-like. Think about it. Think about everything. Even things that right now that they're putting out that look good, like we could make a difference. Be careful, because a lot of that is a trick. A lot of that is getting information. A lot of that is going to go nowhere because it's already gone further than you can imagine. The Three of Wands is on the bottom of the deck. This changing has happened. This action is being taken. The few are taking their action, that's for sure. Trying to claim their pieces of land, that's for sure. Working together, that is for sure. How many of us are taking action? Because our action has to start from within and then without. Because that's what they're doing. So today is the day to take action. If you haven't already been doing so, take it today. Go through this process of this reading. I guarantee you, where you're searching for answers, where you're researching, you'll get so many more answers through this practice than being tricked with their tricks and triggered into this reverse childish Page of Cups. This abused child that's already been conditioned through the school system, through propaganda, through the media, through parents. We've got on the bottom of the deck the Hanging Dragon. And so to see things from a different perspective, to be still. Because right now, everything in us wants to take action, wants to march, wants to protest. That's exactly what they want. They want civil war. They want us fighting each other. So to be peaceful, to look at things from a different perspective, hang upside down like the sun in reverse. See the distortion, see the illusions, see through the psyops. Be still. Be enlightened by being still. Don't be tricked into action. The only action that needs to be taken is from within, and emitting that strong energy of empowerment, divinity, and sovereignty. Because you are all kings and queens. You are all gods and goddesses. You are all divine. I know the ones that are listening to this definitely are. And I'm proud of you all for all of the work that you're doing. I feel that from the messages that I get, and I appreciate that so much. Because it keeps you going. It makes you realize that, oh, this is a movement, this is actually happening. Yes, it's a separation and it's sad on one side, but actually to be reaching out and knowing that the other side is happening too. People are managing to see the tricks and managing to do the inner work even stronger. They're managing to get down deep even more because they're so determined to not finish off this spell work that's being cast out. So I appreciate you all for listening. It is a heavy day. It's going to be a heavy month. It's going to be a heavy month. October pain. But you know, we can use it. We can use it to ascend. We can use it to come into this new cycle with power of spirituality that we never thought we would have, because we've been so disconnected from it. We can use this time, these difficulties, for the greatest good. The greatest good. To have reverence again for the mother, to have reverence again for the earth that we stand upon, to feel that connection, and therefore feel that connection with the people we have around us. It can be beautiful, but it's challenging. You don't get that kind of gift, that kind of ascension, when we've fallen so far as a collective without doing some work. Without Mother saying, these are the energies that you've been allowing, these are the energies that you've been casting out. Work your way through them. Come on, come on, come on. Chisel those diamonds. I want to see them shine. I want to see them refracting light around you. I want to see crystals bouncing around you. I want to see auras shining. I want to see you expanding energy out as far as you can. And that's what Mother's saying right now. So much love, be balanced and be whole, and enjoy the ride. You know, enjoy getting down and dirty with yourself. You know, seeing all of those corners that you've been avoiding for so long. You know, go for it. You'll feel so free afterwards. You'll feel so free. You really will feel divine and sovereign, because they chain us up the most. Those inner demons, those inner corners that we don't like looking at, that we try and hide. Freedom when you get through those. Freedom when you look at those. Because you know it's not a trigger anymore. It's actually a strength. So you can do it, and you can do it today. So if you'd like a private reading with me, you can get in touch at truedivinemedia@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on Facebook Messenger at truedivine44. Much love, be balanced and be whole, and I really am going to shut up now. Love you. Mwah.